हांव एंथनी डिसिलो फ्रॉम असलना बेली. आयज थोडे पोस्टमॉर्टम कोत्ता with respect to the ZP election results. I have not involved any other constituencies, directly or indirectly, overtly or covertly. But I was in solidarity with my fellow person, an activist, Bob Glenn Cabral, Glean, Glenn, whom we call Glenn Cabral. Spelling also could be meaning clean Cabral. There is cleanliness in his name also. असो म्हणच्या फाटल्यान हांव मातशें सॉलिडॅरिटी रावलो. आतां कारण कितें? देर आर मेनी रिजन्स. वन, ही इज व्हेरी ऑनेस्ट. टू, ही इज व्हेरी सिन्सियर. थ्री, फोर, ही इज अ मॅन विथ इंटिग्रिटी. फाइव, ही इज एन एक्टिविस्ट ऑफ गोवा. सिक्स, this man is very humble. He is the darling of the activists. So, I thought at this time, after he was deliberately, continuously being sacrificed at the altar which was prepared by Goa Forward and Congress, and especially the two stalwarts, one Vijay Sardesai and दूसरा Amit Patkar. Now why I say this? One, I don't find there was any reason for controversy in fielding an alliance candidate of the Congress, because Congress already had a base. The base might have deteriorated or minus, whatever it call it, but there is a base. Tinga Congressacho munis buslo निवडून येलो. मागीर तो गेल जायत BJP. But when he went, definitely he has not taken the voters along with him in the BJP. So that means the Congress vote bank was still there, maybe at a smaller level, but it was there. Whereas if you look at Goa Forward had zero base over there. Goa Forward's history is not at all mentioning anywhere that they had even one single vote in the past over there. Number two, why was Glenn Cabral being sacrificed at the altar prepared by these two stalwarts? And especially, it hurts when a person like Vijay Sardesai, whom activists look upon as one of the biggest saviors for the future of Goa. I still believe that there is very few political leaders in Goa who can take on the BJP as of today. But still, I don't understand what made Vijay Sardesai to be so adamant to field his candidate in Old Goa in spite of not even having a single vote base over there. Whereas it gives me utmost strength to say Vijay Sardesai, there would have been a pathway to field a candidate in Valley. Because in Valley, Vijay Sardesai's Goa Forward Party, when his candidate Anthony Rodriguez Babush was fielded in Valley, and where he had got 1,456 votes, that means he had a base there via late Mr. Anthony or Goa Forward Party. But still, they chose to skip Valley, probably because of their personal permutation and combination. Whereas Vijay Sardesai maybe was adamant to field a candidate of his choice in Old Goa. And the bigger culprit, the biggest murderer of democracy, the biggest murderer of alliance the head goes on Amit Patkar, where he was made to bend forward. But Amit Patkar not only bent forward, not only bent backward, not only knelt down, he literally slept on his belly in front of Vijay Sardesai for reasons best known to him. Who on this earth would have handed over a constituency where they have enough base of the past and where they have a candidate of a caliber, honest person like Glenn Cabral? So this is definitely not at all justifiable by any means by both these leaders. Second thing, what I got to learn from the outside sources, that Amit Patkar, outwardly or covertly through some sources, even wanted the form which was given to Glenn Cabral to be indirectly, unknowingly, he wanted to get it withdrawn so that Glenn does not fill the form even on the last day of the nomination. That is why they pushed him till the last day of nomination. Some magic tricks they were trying to shut down poor people, to shut down people who are honest. Now, I feel even more sorry that Vijay Sardesai goes on to justify saying that his candidate came second. He does not talk about the difference between the second and the third candidate, who is the Glenn Cabral. Now, Vijay, the difference between your candidate, Go Forward Party, and the Congress Party, Glenn Cabral, is less than 202 votes. So do you mean to say that with all your muscle powers, with all the money power, with all the baggages that have been carried on, which has been told to you through social medias time and again, yet you stood by that candidate rather than standing by an honest, integrated person, sincere, a man without a baggage? You did not want to stand by such a person. You did not want to stand by an activist. Whereas your body language always showed us and gave us a message that you love the activist, that you are with the activist, and you always said that activists also play an important role in the Goa's safety mood. So then, was 201 votes enough for you to sacrifice such an honest, sincere, hardworking Glenn Cabral? This we have to retrospect and think. Amit Patkar, it's high time for you that you have to introspect and do what is necessary. You have lost the plot for Congress. You have not only lost, but you have sold the Congress. You have sold, whether it is monetary wise or power wise or favors, you have indirectly sold Congress on OLX by handing over Korli Jilla Panchayat ticket. You have murdered the Congress workers, Congress followers' dreams of having honest, sincere people in politics. You have murdered the democracy of alliance. What type of alliance? Today, you and Vijay Sardesai talk about friendly alliance. This friendly alliance word has become a joke. This friendly alliance, you must name a new term now. Vijay, Amit. Vijay and Amit. Use this new term. You have hurt us very badly. Look at the margin. Not even 202 votes. Imagine a person like Glenn, a poor person, a sincere, honest person who has been working in and around Goa 24/7, has competed with a stalwart, person with money, muscle, and different types of powers, with lot of alleged baggages behind his back. Yet, you both people stood by such a person. It will be difficult for any further activists in the future to trust Amit Patkar. I blame you more than Vijay Sardesai, because Vijay Sardesai is like a spoiled brat who's asking for things which are hanikarak from his father, and father succumbs to his son in the guise that my son could destroy things around him, and you gave in to him. You are much more responsible for the loss of Corley's seat to the BJP. Imagine if Vijay Sardesai would have stood by Glenn, the count was not even 1,000 votes. Whereas Vijay Sardesai's candidate got 4,738 votes, and an honest, sincere person got 4,537 votes. Vijay Bab, if you would have stood by this Glenn Cabral today, the whole of Goa would have saluted you that you stood by a poor person. You stood by a sincere, honest, a person with integrity. You stood by an activist. But that, again, you have failed to garner from us. I know you might be regretting for having such an alliance called a friendly alliance. There were enough criticism on this alliance. What type of unholy alliance was this? But remember, we need to go to the drawing room, as you said, and stop being adamant when people voices tell you. When grassroots people tell you things, please do listen to us. We are with you, we will be with you to save Goa, but not at the cost of honest, sincere people who can give a tough fight to people whom you project through helicopters. Whatever the votes he might have got, there's no debate on that. It could be muscle, money power, and many more things. And your force that you have put in Corley, imagine if you would have put the same force behind Glenn Cabral. Today he would have been the victorious person and you would have been the kingmaker of Goa. You have missed that bus. And final advice to Amit Patkar, please, if there is little shame left in you, please give up that post on your own before it is too late. Dev Bare Karo, thank you very much.